Hello and welcome everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing great. Oh, let's see. Lots of activity actually in the chat. Yeah, first thing first. Yeah, I see. Cat108 just subscribe at tier one. So thank you very much. Appreciate your support. And Furazami also just subscribed at tier one. They've subscribed for 7 months. So thank you both. Thank you both, Cat108 and Furazami, for your support. Means a lot. So thank you very much. And let's see, who else do we have on the chat? Oh, let's see. Hi, Lonely Cat. Hi, Maisy13. Hi, Alter99. Hi, Aymat6. Hi, Daniel Farid. Hi, Kasetfosiova. Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? And yeah, for Kasetfo, welcome to the stream as well. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, today we are going to be watching the Indie Game Award. So for those of you wondering, no, it's not live. It was shown a couple of days ago, but then yeah, I did not watch it then, didn't have the time. And I think there are some folks as well who are in a similar situation. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. Yeah, hi, Prakal, Lonely Cat. You say happy affiliate anniversary. Oh, yeah, I guess is it today? I guess so. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah, I completely forgot about it. Yeah, I know the anniversary is at the end of the year, but I forgot it was today. So yeah, thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. Let's see, who do we have? Who else do we have? Yeah, hi, Abhinash on Cook. Hi, Surf Ninja. Yeah, hi, Cat108, Arthur99. Hi, Kel84. Hi, David Thomas. Hi, Andy Webb. Hi, Pink Floyd 90. Yeah, happy holidays, everyone. I guess, yeah, everyone, hope you're having a great end of the year. And yeah, best wishes as well, for the new year coming up. Let's see, who else? Yeah. Hi, Westerberg88. Let's see. Hi, Avinash on Twitch as well. Hi, Sifrio. Hi, Wonderplace. Hi, Cybernetic Neo. Yeah, how is everyone doing today? Arthur99, you say, let me guess, Expedition 33 won best indie game. Yeah, so it did originally, and they took away the award after the show aired, because later on they say, they found out that Expedition 33 is using some Gen AI, and therefore they took away the award. So this is the show which did that. So that's why I wanted to watch it as well. So I guess, yeah, sorry, I guess, for spoiling what happened, but then, yeah, I think most of you already know what happened as well, because it was discussed in a number of streams and on a number of channels. Yeah. Let's see, who else do we have? Yeah, hi, Daniel Farid. Hi. Let's see, who else? Hi, HDRPC, Surf Ninja. Hi, Jasmania. Hi, Ice Bear. Let's see. Hi, Igor Alexander. Hi, El Muscadello as well. Yeah. Hi, Vicus on Twitch. Hi, Salt Miner. How is everyone doing today? And yeah, thanks everyone for the wishes for the happy affiliate anniversary. That is, yeah, that's actually pretty good news. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I had forgotten it was today. I know it's end of the year, but I had completely forgotten about it. So yeah, that's yeah, it's a good milestone, I guess. 1 year. Time really flies, right? Before you know it, it's already 1 year has passed. Let's see. Hi, Iliaside. Hi, Xbox Jesus. Hi, Chillax Lol. Yeah, how is everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing fine. Hope everyone's having a great end of the year. And the web, you say, yeah, Expedition 33 is not the best now. They found AI in the, yeah, and they gave the award to, is it called Blueprints? Yeah, I think it's Blueprints. So that was what happened after the event, but you won't see it in the video because I don't think they've changed the award show itself. It's just a couple of hours after the end of the show that news happened. So that's why I feel comfortable to talk about it, because it's not really a spoiler, because it doesn't appear at all in the show that I'm going to show and going to watch. Yeah, and everyone, yes, it's some of you say thank you. Yeah, no worries. You're welcome. Let's see. What? Oh, I have a few new folks joining us well. So hi, ICA Serbia. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Dennis Stargarian on YouTube. Yeah, thank you and welcome. Hi, yeah, how is everyone doing today? Yeah, let's see, lots of stuff. So let's begin, and I'll catch up with the chat at the same time. Let's begin. The Indie Game Awards Countdown.
Welcome to the 2025 IGA's Countdown. I'm Kelsey Lynn Towndrow, and I'm here to jog your memories a bit ahead of the big show. For the next 20 minutes, we're going to take a brief look back at the 10 indies nominated for Game of the Year. Absolem, And Roger, Consume Me, Blueprints, Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Keep Driving, and Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. Throughout the countdown, we'll also take a checkpoint here and there to spotlight our wonderful sponsors who helped us put this whole production together. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, hi, Saito Suplex. Hi, Kuva's Official. Yeah. Hi, Ashlina. Hi, Dennis Domenic. How is everyone doing today? Yeah, hi, Phoenixo. Hi, Belarus56. Yeah, hi, everyone who just joined. Hi, Archery Signs. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Satish as well. Yeah. Hope everyone's doing great today. And yeah, today we are watching the Indie Game Awards. Not so much to find out who is going to win, because I guess as you can see in the chat, lots of folks already know who won. But it's more about seeing what's going on in the indie game space. And thank you, Igor Alexander, for gifting 5 subscriptions to the community. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. I must admit, I'm not familiar with this game. Hi, Mr. Stranger and everyone who just joined. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, thank you RNDM as well for the Message, congratulations on Twitch affiliate anniversary. Thank you very much. Yeah, Len, yeah, how are you doing? Oh, it's called Andy Roger. Okay. Yeah, she looks quite interesting, so I need to check it out at some point. And Blueprints as well. I've never tried it. Ismenia, you're going to be playing Way of the Hunter. Ah, nice. So I guess you're going to be shooting at deers and other wildlife. Lonica just gifted 10 subscriptions to the community. Oh wow.
We need this next contract to go right. But nothing's gone right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your support as well.
That contract Carson gave us was trouble from the start. Junie? I didn't trust her. Not for a moment. That derelict was a death trap. Suddenly, it was all over. But we've got to bounce back. We've secured the contract. So let's talk, crew. How about Mia? She was handy with that drone. Stopped the whole thing blowing up in our faces. Or Eugene. He's a loudmouth, but he's tough as hell. Although he did forget to tell us about Vesna. Or we find someone new, but new crew have new problems. The belt is wide, Sleeper. So whatever comes at us next, just remember, nothing in the belt ever runs smooth.
Hello, Indie Game Awards. It's us, Playdate, the little yellow game console with a crank. Playdate is made for fun and comes with 24 free games, plus hundreds more available in our store from incredible indie developers. Some you know, and some we'd love for you to meet. Here's just a little taste.
It reminds me of the original Game Boy.
Plus, every single Playdate is also a dev unit just waiting for you to make your own game. You don't even have to know how to code to get started. Ready for your Playdate? Find us
Obviously,
at
it's much smaller
Play.de.
than Game Boy, but yeah, similar concept. Ah, clever, obscure. Mr. Dennis just subscribed for 7 months. Oh wow, thank you very much.
And paint again.
Appreciate your support as well.
Paint a new number. Ticking down every year. One stroke. And every
Hi,
that day
Kishido on Earth. How are you doing?
vanishes into
And welcome.
Every year she paints again. And every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again. We'll break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Well, thanks The Rise Online for subscribing. And yeah, thanks Avinash for gifting 5 subscriptions to the community as well. Thank you very much.
Even if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.
Hi, hi Shiba. How are you doing? Sandalonica, they say the hype train just killed itself. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Twitch.
Thoughtful implementation of accessibility means games can be enjoyed by everyone. Here to celebrate a few developers making that the standard for our industry is Laura Kate Dale, founder of Accessibility and the Accessibility Showcase.
Hello everyone, my name's Laura Kate Dale. I'm a disabled gamer, accessibility advocate, and host of the Accessibility Summer Showcase. I'm honoured to be here today to introduce the nominees and winner for the Achievement in Accessibility Award. Over the past 5 or so years, the video game industry has come forward in leaps and bounds in terms of how we standardise accessibility for disabled players. However, perhaps more impressive to me are the ways that indie developers are innovating in the accessibility space, redefining who we consider in accessibility efforts, and what ways we approach helping more people to engage with more genres of games. Video games as a medium should be accessible to everyone. If we love this medium, we should want as many people as possible to be able to play, and these 6 nominees have gone above and beyond in terms of finding new ways to help make sure that more people get to play the games we love. Here are the nominees for the Achievement in Accessibility Award. Abiotic Factor by Deepfield Games. This game featured impressively robust options to alter basically any aspect of the game that might have been inaccessible, regardless of how much it might undo the intended gameplay experience. Calm the Storm by Ludic Lima. A short narrative experience, essentially a choose-your-own-adventure podcast, Calm the Storm can be played in multiple mechanically accessible ways, including voice recognition. Peak by Landfall Games and Aggro Crab. Peak's developers have done a fantastic job regularly updating the game's accessibility in post-launch patches, responding to very granular player feedback of their accessibility support. Spray Paint Simulator by North Star Video Games. This title features robust options for motor control accessibility, cognitive accessibility, motion sickness reduction, and visual accessibility. Squeakcross by Owlloon. Dyscalculia is rarely considered in conversations around accessibility. Squeakcross is full of numerous different accessibility options for players who struggle with mental handling of numbers. Barista by Yofi Asi. Barista is a sightless blind player accessible title with charming humour and a very polished gameplay loop. A highly impressive Game Jam title from early this year. And the Indie Game Award for Achievement in Accessibility goes to Peak by Landfall Games and Aggro Crab.
Wow, hey, thank you so much. It means a lot to us to receive the award for Achievement in Accessibility. You know, with Peak, we wanted to make a game for everyone, and making a game for everyone means making it accessible. We honestly didn't have a lot of good accessibility options at launch, since it was a pretty hastily made game. But for us, it was important to listen to feedback from the community and do our best to add the right toggles and improve the base game to let as many people as possible play it. And like with Another Crab's Treasure last year, we wanted to make accessibility fun, which is why there's a button to turn spiders into Bing Bong. So thank you to the fans that made their voices heard. Thank you to everyone at both AgroCrab and Landfall for making this game possible.
I didn't know that was
and
possible.
Thank you to the Indie Game Awards.
Yeah, I can see in the chat some of you are saying Peak is Peak. It's a good choice of name, yeah.
New for this year's ceremony, the Indie Game Awards expands globally to highlight developers who offer different perspectives through their craft. From nominations to selecting the recipients, our new regional and specialized categories are being led by partner showcases and festivals.
Kicking off this new initiative is Ben Rausch, Program Director of Africa's first annual Destination Indie Games and Immersive Arts Festival and Conference.
Hi indie fans, I'm Ben Rausch joining you from Cape Town as the Program Director of Playtopia, Africa's biggest indie games festival. Every year, the Playtopia Arcade exhibits a
wow,
selection of
nice
works that
music
celebrate indie
instruments.
games at their most creative, original, and well-crafted.
And
To
Techno
curate this
just followed,
exhibition,
thank you very
we
much.
spend the year hunting for outstanding titles and have a free, open submission system where anyone can send us their games for consideration. At Playtopia 2025, 105 games were exhibited, and 55 of those games were created by devs from Africa. We're honored to have been invited to curate the nominees for the African Indie Game Award. I hope that this award will be something that inspires African devs to continue crafting excellent games for a global audience. I want to take this opportunity to encourage indie game fans to support and share the work of African devs, and I want to send the hugest of high fives to every single African indie that's making and sharing games with the world. The 2025 nominees for the African Indie Game Award are Bruin Boogie Get the Milk by McDog, Finding Father by Studio Bow and Pressure Cooker Studios, Philibius McDougall and the Mysterious Flying Machine by Unsigned Double Collective, Ikilia by All Day All Night, Metavoidal by Yellow Lab Games, and Stick It to the Stickman by Free Lives. And the Indie Game Award goes to Stick It to the Stickman by Free Lives.
Congratulations to ourselves, and congratulations to all the new games coming out of Africa.
That was funny. Oh, Ghost Shuriken just followed, thank you very much.
A strong visual aesthetic can make a first impression everlasting. Co-founder of DenkiWorks, Liam Edwards, knows a thing or two about knocking that first impression out of the park.
Hello Indie Game Awards, I'm Liam Edwards, one of the co-founders of the Kyoto indie-based studio DenkiWorks, the creators of Tanuki Pond Summer, and I'm here at the stunning Kyoto Imperial Palace. What better place to talk to you about the visual design nominees for this year's awards? In a world where there's seemingly endless amounts of video games being released all of the time, it's never been more important to aesthetically stand out and be unique. So here are this year's best of the best.
Oh, Mad Language
nominees
just
for visual
subscribed,
design.
thank you very much, appreciate that, thank you for
30
your support.
Birds by Ram Ram Games and Business Goose Studios. Artiste Impact by Mass. Cat Detective Albert Wild by Beyond Those Hills. Eclipsium by Housefire. Machina by Tala and Jack Ko. Slime Rancher 2 by Monomi Park. And the award goes to 30 Birds by Ram Ram Games and Business Goose Studios.
Hi everyone, I'm Laurent from Ram Ram Studio, and I'm the main developer behind 30 Birds.
And hi, I'm Colleen from Ram Ram Studio, and I'm the artistic director of 30 Birds.
Thank you, thanks a lot for the award. Thanks to the jury. Thanks for the organization. We want to thank our team who made 30 Birds with us.
And we hope that thanks to this award, new people may discover 30 Birds and have a great time playing it.
Thanks again, and bye-bye.
The strongest narratives help us connect our personal experiences with the ones on screen through immersive worlds and wondrous characters. Through past relationships and spicy empires, Eka from Outer Loop Games has masterfully achieved just that.
Hi, I'm Eka from Outer Loop Games, game director on Thirsty Suitors and the upcoming Dose of Divas. A great game story doesn't just entertain, it moves you, it challenges you, and sticks with you through specificity because life is in the details. These 6 indies deliver exactly that. Unforgettable characters, immersive worlds, and stories from a unique point of view that keep echoing in your mind long after you're done playing. Here are the nominees for narrative. Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector by Jump Over the Age. Consume Me by Jenny Zhao Shah, AP Thompson, Jian Li, Violet WP, and Ken Coda Snyder. The Drifter by Parohoof and Dave Lloyd. Promise Mascot Agency by Kaizen Gameworks. The Root Trees Are Dead by Evil Trout Inc. The Seance of Blake Manor by Spooky Doorway. And the indie award goes to Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector by Jump Over the Age. Congrats.
Hi, I'm Gareth Damian Martin, the creator of Citizen Sleeper, and I want to thank the Indie Game Awards for recognizing Citizen Sleeper 2 in the narrative category. It's been an incredible journey over the past 5 years making the Citizen Sleeper games, and it's a journey I couldn't have gone on without Guillaume Saint-Gelon, the game's incredible artist, Amos Roddy, the game's composer, Dan and Matt Collier, who helped me get the game on so many different platforms, and of course my publisher Fellow Traveler, who do incredible work supporting narrative games. I also would love to show huge thanks to all the players and everybody who's told their friends, who's been too much of a sicko about Citizen Sleeper 2, who've pushed the series to people they know and supported the games. I really did not believe that this is what would happen when I started on this journey, and yeah, I'll be forever thankful for everyone who's recognized these games and who has felt something from these stories, so thank you so much.
Created in honor of the late beloved developer, the Mohamed Fahmy Storyteller Award recognizes an exceptional storyteller and their profound work shaping deep narratives in games. As soon as our ceremony ended last year, we knew who our next recipient would be without any hesitation. My initial interaction with this person was actually pretty funny. She assumed I was reaching out because of one particular game, but I told her that even in her games without strict narrative, her games tell a story. Stories aren't just what's experienced on screen, they're also the memories that are created with the ones you love through the act of playing. But enough from me. I think our presenter has a better story to share. Without further ado, here to present the 2025 Mohamed Fahmy Storyteller Award, the one and only Lena Rain.
Sometime in 2016, I got a random DM on Twitter that changed the entire course of my career. I was working as a game designer with aspirations of writing music for games. I had a few really amazing opportunities, but I never found the right project that let me feel like I was fully part of the team. And then I got a DM from Maddie asking if I'd like to do music for a little game that she and some friends were working on called Celeste. Making that game with the team lit a fire under me. Nothing during my day job felt nearly as exciting and inspiring as getting to go home and work late into the night on music for this little platformer. I don't really know what Maddie saw in my music, but somehow it managed to fit right into place for the story we were all telling. And it wasn't just in the words, really. It was every aspect of the game. The way a screen was laid out, the way new mechanics and level gimmicks gave rise to a metaphoric experience. Even before dialogue was written, playing the levels felt like understanding the story of Madeline and allowed me to write as evocative music as I was able to. Now, almost 8 years after releasing the game, I constantly feel the effects that her storytelling has had on the greater community that blossomed around Celeste. Hundreds of talented creators have also been inspired to make their own levels, their own stories, their own music. Extremely talented speedrunners race every year to raise money for global medical aid and cancer research. At every games event I get a chance to attend, people come up and express just how much the game means to them, not just as a fun little thing that they played one time, but as a lasting affirmation of who they are. No matter what they took away from it, no matter what it informed about them, it made an impact on their lives for the better. Games don't often do that, even if we always aspire to it. It's something that comes from a place of deep empathy and care. So I am beyond pleased to present the Mohamed Fahmy Storyteller Award to my collaborator and friend, Maddie Thorson.
It's an honor to accept the Storyteller Award. And of course, I need to thank all of the brilliant collaborators I've had the privilege of working with along the way. Towerfall and Celeste were truly team efforts. I believe that we make games in the hopes that they will impact someone and maybe even inspire someone to add their own voice to the conversation. And this beautiful medium games is something that we're all building together. So to be recognized like this for my contributions to that project is sincerely the highest honor. And I feel like I have a lot more left to give. I don't plan on stopping. I really just love making games, and I hope to make a lot more of them. So thank you, and keep making beautiful things.
Women-led Games brings recognition to the hardworking women in the games industry. Representing their annual showcases is Twitch ambassador Ash Said Hi.
Hi everyone, this is Ash Said Hi, Twitch Women's Guild lead and host for this year's IGA for the Women-Led Indie Game Award. This year we are honoring the fantastic women in game development from around the world.
Wow, there's a lot of plush toys behind him, right?
Contributions is paramount to ensuring that women and non-binary folk feel represented. We must remember that everyone's differences make our world more whole.
Yeah, I'm pausing because, yeah, if you look at the plush toys behind, quite a number of interesting selection, right? You know, you can see Mario, you can see the Gumball, you can see the Disney characters, you can see Conker as well. You know, Conker the Squirrel from Conker's Bad Fur Day, Bowser, yeah, Sam & Max, even I think the rabbit is from Sam & Max, I think. Yeah, she does have a pretty good selection of plush toys, I would say. So yeah, I wanted to pause because I did want to take a closer look at those plush toys and also, mention that. And I can see she has quite a number of interesting games in her library behind her, lots of different shelves, so that's pretty nice. Anyways, Dennis the Manic asks, what is your favorite game company when it comes to their work? I mean, quite a few, Supergiant Games, I think that one comes to mind, as, one really good one. Sandfall is one, who made Clair Obscur. I think that's another strong contender as well. Those two come immediately to mind, but then, there are those two which are doing really, really good work. And I can see, you removed, Arthur, you say you removed quite a number of games from your wish list. I'm curious to know why. Is it because of, the trailers didn't meet didn't meet, the final release product, or was it something else? It's true that sometimes trailers don't always accurately represent, the real gameplay, right? They're supposed to be as enticing as possible, right? So that's also something which may come into play, I guess. All right, let's continue.
There are many trailblazers in the indie game scene, creating experiences that hold a lens to the complex and beautiful demographic of gamers today. With that, let's jump into the nominees for the Women-Led Indie Game Award. Cabernet by Party for Introverts. Gemporium by Merge Conflict Studio. White Knuckle by Dark Machine Games. Urban Myth Disillusion Center by Hakaba Bunko. Spilled by Lente.
I guess Spilled was
Duck
pretty nice.
Detective, The Ghost of Glamping by Happy Broccoli Games.
Oh, I want to try Duck Detective too, actually.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Urban Myth Disillusion Center by Hakaba Bunko.
Oh, cat. The lonely cat.
いい顔してるけど、ここ見な、ここ。この度は、ザ・インディーゲームアワードのウーマンレッド・インディーゲームアワードという名誉ある賞をいただき、心より感謝申し上げます。墓場文庫制作チーム一同、この受賞を大変光栄に思っております。この作品はメンバー全員の執念とプレイヤーである会員の皆様のご支援によってここまで来ることができました。これからも心に残るゲームをお届けできるよう、チーム一同努力してまいります。
Hi, Lutista and everyone else who just joined as well.
本当に
Thank you for
ありがとう
joining.
ございます。
Cute cats, yeah. Indeed, cute cats.
It takes a village to create a community that's not only fun, but engaging and welcoming. Please welcome Kennedy Lee Slocum, social media manager of Black Kite Games.
Yeah, see, you were mentioning this is Harvest the Strongest. This isn't Lonely Cat. The woman is taking care of it. Yeah, I know, yeah. When I see this person is a fan of Pokemon, right? Pokemon.
Hi, Indie Game Awards. My name is Kennedy Lee Slocum, and I'm a games writer and community manager for Black Kite Games. And I just want to say, as I'm sure all of this category's nominees would agree, community management is a weird job. It covers so much more than people realize. Whether it's an individual or a whole team, they're the unsung heroes that wear many hats. Handling everything from player support to keeping the community positive, endlessly researching internet slang, organizing events, and representing the personality of their entire studio. They endure a lot, but their work is vital in creating a space where players feel heard, valued, and connected. Our next award celebrates those who have gone above and beyond to foster a vibrant, inclusive community in an industry that can make it quite challenging at times, but will ultimately always need voices like theirs.
Thank you, Mihai, for following. Appreciate that.
Here are the nominees for community management. Jenny Zhao Xia.
And hi, Caldo, the
Strange
gaming
Scaffold.
comments. How are you doing? Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Sassy Chap Games. All Day, All Night.
IKEA.
Team Peak.
Team Peak.
Gamesmithing Limited. And the Indie Game Award goes to Team Peak.
Hey Scouts, I'm Paige. And I'm Hannah, and we're joined by the rest of our Peak community team, Beth and Josephine. Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for the Indie Game Award in Community Management. We couldn't have done it without the amazing help from our Discord moderators, all the content creators who made the Peak community what it is, and of course, all the Scouts at home like you.
You're falling off the mountain. You're just
like slowly sliding off. AggroCrab was lucky to win the Community Management Award last year, but Peak was made in collaboration with our friends over at Landfall, so we get to share it this year. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm happy this award is handed to another incredible community manager and team because they deserve it so much. Landfall has been around for over 10 years and this is their first award in community management. Isn't that batshit fucking crazy? Imagine looking at the trenches of the Steam forums for 10 years.
Hi, it's me, Hannah, from the Landfall team, the one in the trenches. Thank you all so much for this award. It's been a while to see our amazing community grow over the last 10 years, from just some people in the Skype chat about flying to millions of Peak Scouts climbing mountains. And we couldn't have done it without our amazing team, Lisabeth, who does the best support in the biz, Josephine, who just started but has hit the ground running, Liv, who backed us up during those stressful months before and after launch, Kate and our lovely Discord moderators, and of course Paige, who it's been an honor to work with on this game. We wouldn't be here without AggroCrab and the rest of the Landfall and Peak team. They're always there to fix bugs, listen to community suggestions, and support us in any way they can. And last but not least, I want to give a special thank you to the amazing players, because there wouldn't be a community without you.
Finally, we have one more person who would like to say a speech. Bing Bong, take it away.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I saw the lady. Sorry. First, yeah, Infamoni. Hi, how are you doing? And those just rated the channel with 17 viewers. Thank you very much. Thank you all. And welcome. Yeah, today we are watching the Indie Game Awards show. Yeah, for those of you wondering, no, it's not live. Took place a couple of days ago, but then I missed it then, and I wanted to see what happened. I wanted to see the different games showcased, so that's really, what I'm doing today. It's not so much about finding out who is the Game of the Year award recipient in the indie space category. I think a lot of folks already know what happened. That was extensively discussed, on the social media, but it's more about today. It's more about let's just check out the different indie games which are being showcased, and who knows, maybe there might be some games which may be of interest to each of us.
I'm Bing Bong. Ah, Bing Bong, you're supposed to say something nice to the viewers. Bing Bong, we're live here. You can do it. Put him in the cannon. You better get in the cannon, Bing Bong. This is for the fans. Please don't. Beautiful.
Let's go, guys.
Whoa!
Let's go! Woo!
Hi, we're Bookie Crayon, an indie game studio from New Zealand.
We love to create bite-sized games with a strong focus on the visuals and experimentation. With Neo Navs, we wanted the art style to be bold and loud to contrast with the quiet sneakiness of the game.
We ended up with something that kind of feels like a moving painting, with a little crowd of characters milling about in a bright and surreal world, while you and a friend try to blend in and hunt each other out.
By the way, just pausing, I did see your... So I saw 2 videos, and there was one where you did a review of the game, and I saw your other video on the Cloud Obscure. Yeah, pretty good job. Yeah, so good. I think you did a really good job in your video, and it's I guess does raise the question as well. To what extent should AI be disqualifying? I don't think it should be. Obviously, it depends on the extent of the use of AI. Right? If it's a game entirely based on AI, then that's an entirely different story. But then if it's like limited use, then I don't think it should be disqualifying. But anyways.
To answer the question, what does indie mean to you?
We like to think of indie being where you can freely create without the fear of something being wrong, and where you can try out the most obscure ideas just to see what happens.
And it's a place where time, budget, and technical skill limitations can actually help to push ideas into new areas that maybe you wouldn't have explored otherwise. Thank you so much to everyone involved in the Indie Game Awards for including us in this year's Indie Vanguard.
A short runtime doesn't mean a game can't make a lasting impact. Developer Graham Reed knows how to pack one heck of a punch in a single sitting.
Hey everybody, my name is Graham Reed, also known as Graham of Legend, and I'm a Jamaican indie game developer currently working on a small island builder called Orlands. Now, sometimes less is more, and a great game isn't defined by its how long to beat stats, but rather it's defined by it being memorable and compelling in the small amount of time it has. Now, this next award goes out to all those games, and it celebrates the short games that pack up punch that leave you satisfied and wanting more. Here are the nominees for Bite Size Game. Karimara, Beneath the Forlorn Limbs by Bastinus Rex. Fly Night by Wabba Boy. Many Nights a Whisper by Deconstruct Team and Selkie Harbo. The Dark Queen of Morthome by Mosu. This game will end in 205 clicks by Insert Disc 5. And Time Flies by Playables.
The game will end in 205 clicks in... Oh, the Dark Queen of Morthome, I played that one on the stream.
Time Flies by Playables.
That's original. An original way to accept an award. Hi, here's you. How are you doing?
Frosty Games puts the spotlight on games made in Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. Representing ANZ and Frosty Games is Amy Potter Jarman.
Hi, I'm Amy, founder and one of the 5 organisers behind Frosty Games. Our next award honours the outstanding achievements of indies based in Australia, Aotearoa New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. This region may be physically separated by a whole lot of water down at the edge of the globe, but we don't let that stop us from shipping some of the very best indie games in the world, as this incredible list of titles goes to show. Here are the nominees for the ANZ Indie Award.
Abiotic Factor by Deepfield Games. The Drifter by Powerhoof. Mars First Logistics by Shapeshop. Proximate by Kane Maddox. Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry. Tempopo by Witchbeam.
In the chat, Auntie asked, do you watch TV shows? Yeah, yes I do, although I do have, just like for games, I do have a huge backlog as well. And I saw Calder, you say you're working on a game idea, just how to focus on that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, interesting to know that you're also you're a game developer. So yeah, looking forward to hear about your game when it's closer to release.
And the Indie Game Award goes to The Drifter by Powerhoof.
G'day. Oh, hold on, I'll just adjust this for those watching from the wrong hemisphere. That should be better. Now you see why we didn't make a comedy game. It would have been all dad jokes all the time. Thank you. This is amazing. I think just to be nominated alongside such awesome games was like mind-blowing. There's so many cool games that I absolutely adore that have come out of Australia and New Zealand the last year. We're really punching above our weight down here, I think. It's so cool to see. Despite industry hardships and all that stuff, it's been amazing. Massive thanks to the team, Barney, Alex, and Matt, just killed it on the art. Louis and Mitch for the killer soundtrack. Adrian, the other voice actors, just brought the characters to life in such an amazing, magical way. It was so cool.
And yeah, like everyone else, like it's a small team, but there's just so many people that help, and such an awesome community we have around us as well. Like really makes it possible. Personally, I think this means so much to me. It's a game I worked on for 6 going on 7 years now, so it's a massive chunk of my life, and to be recognized like this makes it extra, it's extra special, and especially for a genre which I really adore. Like the point and click genre is really dear to my heart. It's one that's not celebrated as much as some of the other indie genres, I think, but yeah, it's one I absolutely love. So that really means a lot. But yeah, now I'll adjust this back to so I can watch the rest of the awards. Thanks again, and ta-ra.
There were 2 pieces of feedback that stood out the most from our inaugural ceremony: genre categories and the fact that you wanted to voice your support for your favorite indies. So we opened the polls and asked you to pick your favorite indies within specific genres and, of course, overall. Here are your 2025 community picks. Action game, Hades 2. Adventure game, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Horror game, Repo. Interactive fiction, Date Everything. Multiplayer game, Peak. Puzzle game, Blueprints. Role-playing game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Simulation game, Schedule 1. Strategy game, The 100 Line, Last Defense Academy. Survival game, Abiotic Factor. And Community Game of the Year, Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Fantastic gameplay design is what hooks us as players. Crisp mechanics, alluring flow states, and even hundreds of variations on slaying a princess. Please welcome Tony Howard Arias and Abby Howard from Black Tabby Games.
Hi, I'm Abby Howard.
And I'm Tony Howard Arias, and the two of us make up Black Tabby Games, the studio focused on branching narratives.
We're honored to be presenting the award for Best Gameplay Design, which sits at the intersection of so many things, including smooth mechanics, challenging difficulty curves, and keeping players on their toes and immersed in what they're playing.
And for us, it's mostly about giving players way too many sentences they can click on. Here are the nominees for gameplay design. Absalom by Dotemu, Guard Crush Games, and Supa Monks.
Ball Pit by Kenny Sun.
Dawnfolk by Darren Keller.
Hades 2 by Supergiant Games.
Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry.
Keep Driving by YCJY Games.
Look Outside by Francis Columb.
Ooh by Nama Takahashi, Tiny Cactus Studio, and Tsuyomi.
Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap.
The King is Watching by Hypnohead. And the Indie Game Award goes to Ball Pit by Kenny Sun.
Congratulations, Kenny. So many of us have lost dozens of hours to your game, and it's great to see those lost hours finally coalesce into physical form.
Ball Pit?
Kenny
I haven't tried it
unfortunately
on
wasn't
yet.
able to record an acceptance speech for the award, so we're accepting it on his behalf.
Thank you so much for your hard work, and we can't wait to see what you're working on next.
Black Voices in Gaming is committed to increasing Black representation and inclusion within the gaming industry. Representing the growing and thriving community of Black game developers is co-founder and director Justin Woodward.
What is poppin', everybody? It's your boy Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Mixed Media Indie Exchange, and of course Black Voice in Gaming, part of the nonprofit organization Experience Studios, which was made to help underrepresented developers get access to funding, visibility, discoverability, mentorship, and networking for their entrepreneurial growth. And we are partnered with the Indie Game Awards this year to showcase some of the best and brightest Black game developers that release games in 2025. So without further ado, the Black Voices in Gaming nominees are Avid Neon by CryoGX, Althea, The Wrath of a Fairy by Marslit Games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown by Strange Scaffold, Spirit Swap, Lo-Fi Beats to Match 3-2 by Soft Not Weak, Sorry We're Closed by A La Mode Games, and Sunken Stones by Sprite Wrench. And the winner is Althea, The Wrath of a Fairy by Marslit Games.
Ciao, sono Andrea, sono metà di Marslit Games e come prima cosa voglio dire grazie per questo award perché onestamente non ce l'aspettavamo, è stata una bella sorpresa. Come seconda cosa voglio ringraziare mio fratello, l'altra metà del team, perché riesce ogni volta a trovare qualcosa di sbagliato in quello che facciamo e questo ci aiuta a creare qualcosa di migliore ogni volta. E un ringraziamento speciale va sicuramente a tutte le persone che hanno giocato al gioco, tutte le persone che anche solo hanno creduto in quello che facciamo, in quello che abbiamo fatto, veramente grazie. E questo è tutto, speriamo di vederci per il nostro prossimo gioco.
Hi, I'm Gabby D'Arienzo. I'm the co-creator of games like A Mortician's Tale, and most recently Seasonal at Cemetery, which I worked on with these lovely people. Seasonal at Cemetery is a completely free game where you explore a cemetery that changes in real time with your computer's date and time. The game is inspired by my own experiences exploring cemeteries, but especially during the pandemic, and seeing spaces that we often associate with death just breathe with so much life. During this scary time in the world, I found it oddly comforting to see these cemeteries change and grow with the seasons. I wanted to replicate that experience for players, creating a space for them to grieve and for them to find some catharsis during hard times. I speak on behalf of our whole team when I say thank you so much to the Indie Game Awards for this honor. Something that's really important to us is the ability to make small, gentle games about difficult subjects like death and grief. And it means the absolute world to us that people like our games, that they resonate with our games, and that there's a space for us in this industry to make the kind of games that we do. I hope that this inspires, maybe even encourages other developers to make their own games about difficult subject matters that are personal to them. Speaking from experience, I can say that it's weirdly therapeutic. And I hope you find the same catharsis, and I can't wait to play the games that you make.
Thanks for following GGGGGuest24. And somebody mentioned the game which was showcased earlier, the Sorry We're Closed, was free on the Epic Game Store. I think it was earlier this week. And Useless Emperor, you're hi, and you say you didn't know about that TMNT game. I missed that one as well. I usually like TMNT games, but I missed that one, so I think I will check it out at some point as well.
Memorable experiences can punch you straight in the feels. Ria from I Miss My Friends Studio is here to share with us the 6 titles that hit the hardest.
Hi everyone, I'm Ria, co-founder of I Miss My Friends Studio, a 2-person indie team making our debut title, Fishbowl. Games can hit us harder than we expect. The stories, the moments, the emotions that stay with us long after we put down our controller. This award celebrates indies which moved us the most this year, or frankly made us ugly cry. Here are the nominees for emotional impact. Afterlove EP by Pixelnasia, And Roger by Teary Hand Studio, Don't Get Your Hopes Up by Krish Raghav, Henry Halfhead by Lululu Entertainment, Wander Stop by Ivy Road, Wednesdays by Pierre Corbinet's The Pixel Hunt and Exahiva.
Yeah, thanks for following Luca Lily. And welcome to the stream. And Cybernetic Meow, you get sorry we are closed eventually on Steam. Yeah. For the Epic Store, so I do get the games as well when they're free there, but then usually when I play the game, I'll get it on Steam as well. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's more like a collection for the Epic Store. Anyways.
And the Indie Game Award goes to And Roger by Teary Hand Studio.
Hello, my name is Yona, the creator of Ant Roger. Thank you so much for selecting my game for such a wonderful award. Ant Roger is a very small, personal game, something you can finish in about an hour. That is why receiving the emotional impact award means so much to me. It makes me deeply happy to know that this small work has traveled across the ocean and left an impression on the judges. To those who haven't played it yet, although it is short, I believe And Roger offers a very dense and meaningful experience. Since you've discovered the game through this opportunity, I hope you will consider giving it a try. Thank you.
The Southeast Asian Games Showcase shines the spotlight on the best of Southeast Asian games during the summer festival season. Representing the region are Samantha Lowe, RF Johan, and Nissi Arcega from the SEA Games Showcase.
Hello, I'm Sam.
I'm RF.
I'm Nissi. And we're the organizing team for the Southeast Asia Games Showcase, an initiative dedicated to shining a spotlight on games and developers from our region.
Over the years, we've seen developers win the hearts of so many, creating experiences as far off as a cafe in futuristic Seattle and as close to home as the streets of Surabaya, Indonesia.
Although developers from the region have long been a part of the global games industry, with every year that passes, we see an increasing amount of developers who create truly original experiences. It's exciting to witness the growth of the region, and more importantly, to celebrate the exceptional games released this year.
Here are your nominees for the inaugural Southeast Asian Indie Game Award. Glyphica Typing Survival by Alias Black. Artist Impact by Mas. Urban Jungle by Kylike Games. Afterlove EP by Pixelnasia. Whisper Mountain Outbreak by Toge Productions. Set Up a Culinary Adventure by Copyforge. And the Indie Game Award goes to Artist Impact by Mas.
Hello everyone, I'm Mas, the developer of Artist Impact. I'm truly honored to accept the Southeast Asian Indie Game Awards for Artist Impact. Thank you to the judges, our amazing player, and everyone who supported us along the way. This award means a lot to me, and I'll keep working hard to bring more meaningful experience to you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Alice. This is Chance.
Hello.
And we're the developers of Hyperbeat.
Oi, let's kill with the bad luck. Hands off the bar while I'm cleaning it.
Hyperbeat is a rhythm action game with a completely original soundtrack, an ensemble cast of characters you can get to know, and some pretty deep character customization.
Hyperbeat is like a roller coaster. It's loud and then it's very soft.
It's a story about being yourself.
Yeah.
And like finding
who that is.
Yeah.
I think I need to remember. Sometimes the story we want to tell is not the one we get to.
We're really honored to be included in the Indie Game Awards.
I don't think either Alice or I could have predicted that we would have been a part of the Vanguard class at all.
This is pretty cool.
It is very cool. We never thought that anybody would play the game,
let alone like it.
Purchase it.
Yeah.
What does being an indie creator mean to you?
I think being an indie means creative freedom, being yourself.
Indie really just means being authentic and doing what you love, doing things that matter to you.
Thank you.
Play indie games.
Play indie games.
Play indie games.
Between Super Hexagon, Dicey Dungeons, and countless other scores, our next presenter has left you bobbing your head long after you stopped playing the games. Please welcome Chipsel.
I'm Chipsel, and thanks for joining us for the Indie Game Awards. You may know me from Super Hexagon, Dicey Dungeons, Just Shapes and Beats, to name a few. I've been in the industry for over 15 years, and the community is like no other. We have the grit and the gumption to work together to make amazing things, and I think that's just beautiful. Music can pull you deeper into a game, make you feel things that you didn't expect, and stick with you long after you've put down the controller. The indie scene is really good at using music to lift the experience, whether it's a haunting melody that lingers after the credits, a sweeping score that drives the story, or a track that's just a straight up banger. The right music can totally transform a game from fun to unforgettable. Here's the nominees for music.
Yeah, in the chat, you asked Arthur if I am watching Stranger Things. No, I haven't watched that actually. I haven't watched any episodes of any season. So yeah, maybe I might check it out one day. But then, haven't watched anything yet.
Everhood 2, music by Kazakh, KMXP, Stuart Keller, Lumoth, Chris Nordgren, Cat God, Beat Tape, Dance Floor is Lava, and INFX. Hurdling, music by Joel Shock.
Nice game.
Rift of the
And you asked, have you watched Severance? I don't have Apple TV service, so no, I haven't watched that one yet.
Necrodancer, music by Danny Baranowski, Alex McCullough, Jules Conroy, Josie Breckner, Sam Webster, and Nick Moisbaum. Sonokuni, music by Don Yasakru. Sword of the Sea, music by Austin Wintory.
Oh yeah, Austin Wintory is really one of the greats in terms of soundtrack for games.
Wheel World by Johnny Jewel, June, and Orion. And the winner is Rift of the Necrodancer. Music by Danny Baranowski, Alex McCullough, Jules Conroy, Josie Breckner, Sam Webster, and Nick Moispham.
Hey, I'm Danny, music director for Rift of the Necrodancer. Thank you for the award. I wanted to thank Brace Yourself Games for making the game and giving me a job, and TikTok Games for helping us make it. I want to thank Sky Climenega for being my hand to the king and helping me so much with many musical tasks and heading up the level design, which is so important to the game. Don't want to forget the artist team, Alex, Jules, Josie, Sam, and Nick. Without their contributions, the soundtrack would not have been what it was. Thank you so much.
And a huge thanks to our level designers, David, Ella, Rox, and Dustin, for helping make some charts that really work with the music to make the game feel really fun.
Thank you so much, everybody who voted. Thank you, Brace Yourself Games, Danny Baranowski, of course, all of my other composers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of our team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rock and roll, baby.
Innovation drives our industry forward, and no one does it better than the indies. Here to tell us about the 6 games that push the boundaries through mechanics and out-of-the-box ideas is Cecia Castillo from No Goblin.
Hi, I'm Cecia from No Goblin. The indie scene is where new ideas thrive, risks pay off, and boundaries get pushed in ways the rest of the industry can only watch and learn from. This award celebrates the games that took bold chances, challenged the norm, and completely reimagined what's possible. The ones that remind us why it's so important to support indie developers. Here are the nominees for innovation. Blueprints by Dogubomb. Free Ride by Flighty Fellow Games Inc. Gas Station Story by Enzy. PBJ the Musical by Philip Stollenmayer. Ruffy and the Riverside by Socrates Laboratories UG. Taria and Como by Poppyseed Studio Inc. and Juby Productions. And the Indie Game Award goes to Blueprints by Dogubomb.
I can't believe I won an Indie Game Award. I'm a big fan, as you might expect from someone who plays only indie games. And part of the reason I play indie games is because they're so innovative. And indie devs are the ones taking, the big risks in the industry. They're the ones that are bending and breaking and birthing new genres and mechanics and design concepts. And I think that indie games are the heart of games because they are the ones pushing the medium forward. So looking at the other nominees, not just in the innovation category, but across all the categories, and there's so many sort of fresh design and concepts that I've never seen in games before. So I am deeply honored to win this award in a company of developers like this and in a year like this, because it has been so innovative. Is it innovative or innovative? Because I think I say both frequently. I guess that's the cool thing about winning an award like this is I'm not saying it wrong. I'm simply innovating the pronunciation. But seriously, this means a lot. And thanks to the Indie Game Awards jury, and thank you to 6-1 Indie for putting this on every year.
Hey guys, this is Micah with Crashable Studios, and we're so glad people are enjoying the game, and it's such an incredible honor to be chosen as Indie Vanguards. And our game Wildwood Down is a slapstick comedy adventure starring a main character who has Down syndrome. And now our childhood friend Daniel plays this character, and he has Downs. And we grew up with him, and he's like our brother from another mother. And he did all his own voice acting, and he's like the heartbeat and inspiration of the entire game. And it was so incredible to be able to make this game with him. And so part of our story is that about 1.5 years into making the game, Daniel was diagnosed with 3rd-degree lung cancer, and he was rushed to the hospital. We didn't know if he was going to live or not, and it was really like a terrible time. And but fans of the game and voice actors of the game sent us videos and messages and gifts while we were in the hospital. And also while we were there, we got the news that we won this award for diversity, and we sent in a thank you for it. And it was just incredible to see Daniel watch that.
The winner is Wildwood Down.
Now fast forward like 5 or 6 months later, Daniel's doing like super well. He has a super high probability that he's gonna live a full, healthy life, which is just incredible. So thanks so much. We're so honored to be chosen as Indie Vanguards, and cheers to everyone enjoying the Indie Game Awards. Peace out, peoples.
The Latin American.
Yeah, Mr. Dennis asked, what are my 3 best series in no particular order? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I did like a lot the series Personal Adventures, The Blacklist, also would be on the list, I guess. Doctor Who, yeah, I guess, yeah, you asked for 3, so I guess those are the 3, which immediately come to mind, but then there are the great ones as well. I did watch this year, for example, Squid Game, all of them, well, not all of them this year, but I did watch, I did finish watching Squid Game this year, for example, yeah.
Games Showcase is a platform that strives to increase the visibility of the video games being developed in the LATAM region and by Latin Americans around the world. Representing the region is producer David Lucio.
Hey everyone, my name is David Lucio. I'm the founder and director of the Latin American Games Showcase, a platform dedicated to uplift and celebrate the amazing talent of Latin American game developers. The talent coming out of our community is world-class, and it deserves to be celebrated loudly. And tonight, I have the honor to present the Latin American Game Award, a category that recognizes the passion, the resilience, and the original voices that are shaping the future of our industry. And the nominees are: from Ecuador, Despelote by Julián Cordero and Sebastián Balbuena. From Brazil, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap. From Mexico and the US, Taria and Como by Poppy Seed Studios Inc. and Juvie Productions. From Chile, Tormented Souls 2 by Dual Effect. From Brazil, Adventure of Samsara by Ilex Games. And from the Dominican Republic, Culebra and the Souls of Limbo by Gala Games. The Indie Game Award goes to Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap.
Yeah, well deserved, yeah. Congratulations to Pocket Trap and Pipistrello.
Olá, Indie Game Awards. 2025 foi um ano incrível para todas as produções da América Latina. E não poderíamos estar mais contentes de receber esse prêmio. O Pipistrello foi inspirado em jogos que crescemos jogando e imprimimos nele muito da cultura brasileira e da arquitetura também. Em nome de toda a Pocket Trap e toda a equipe, estamos muito orgulhosos por receber esse prêmio e queríamos agradecer a todos que jogaram e colaboraram até então. Muito obrigado.
Taking a project from concept to fully realized is quite the undertaking, especially when achieved solo. Here to celebrate the games led by a single full-time developer is Jade Meadows.
Hi, my name is Jade Meadows, and I'm honored to be presenting the award for solo development. Making games is really hard. Games are the intersection of so many different disciplines, from art and animation to programming and writing and game design. Being a solo developer means stretching your creativity across all of these specialties to bring your game to life. For about the past 3 years, I've been doing that for my game, Blue Ridge Hunting, which, by the way, is being published by 6-1 Indie, and you should totally wishlist on Steam. Whether completely solo or with the help of the remarkable contractors, volunteers, or friends, these developers each poured countless hours and endless creativity into bringing their games to life. Here are your nominees for solo development. Tall Trails by Brady Soglin. Lush Foil Photography Sim by Matt Newell. Mega Bonk by Vedinad. Naiad by High Warp. Build by Lente. Vile Exhumed by Kara Cadaver. And the Indie Game Award goes to Tall Trails by Brady Soglin.
Hello, I'm Brady Soglin, the developer of Tall Trails, and if you're seeing this, that means Tall Trails has received the Indie Game Award for solo development. So hooray, thank you. If you played Tall Trails, you know Tall Trails is a very weird, joyful game. Its themes are very close to my heart, so it means a ton to me to see other folks connecting with it like they have, so thank you all very much for that. While I was the only developer of Tall Trails, it definitely wasn't just me. So I want to also thank Dylan Payne, the composer of the soundtrack for Tall Trails. The soundtrack's amazing. It really brings the game up a level. So thank you, Dylan, for that. Also want to thank Francesca Carletta Leone for her work QAing the game, and Greg Wolwind, who designed the logo. And then also my partner Phoebe, my friends, my family. Without your support, it would not have been possible to have made Tall Trails. So thank you guys very much. Okay, that's all. So long.
The Industry Impact Award is our chance to recognize individuals and organizations who have made remarkable and positive contributions to the indie scene. When discussing potential candidates among the curation jury, one organization consistently stayed at the forefront of our minds. Their work doesn't always get the main stage spotlight, but the impact they make is a perfect example of why this category exists. But instead of us telling you more, we've invited a few mutual friends to share some words and their own experiences.
My name is Remy Siu, the creative director of 1000 Times Resist, and I'm so excited to help present this year's recipient for the Industry Impact Award. The first time I learned about game devs of color was in 2020. It was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I had just decided to abandon my career in the arts to try making games for real. It was scary, and I knew very little about the indie scene at large, beyond that there were indie games. I didn't know if anybody would be interested in the themes we wanted to explore in 1000 Times Resist. Discovering game devs of color was a kind of revelation, a reminder that there are people out there, peers, who are interested in the same things that inspire you. A reminder that the gaming community is not homogenous, but that there is, and always has been, diversity, both in the people and the games they make. It's a reminder that we should tell our own stories in the ways we yearn to, and not ask permission. There are so many Steam festivals and events out there now, but Game Devs of Color still feels like home. It's where games we make here at Sunset Visitor feel most comfortable in their own skin. So thank you, Game Devs of Color, and congratulations.
Hello and Swadee Khap. My name is Sanat Busiangkun, and I'm an indie developer based in Bangkok, Thailand. It is my honor to be here to help present this year's recipient for the Industry Impact Award. I remember attending my first Game Devs of Color Expo back in 2021. Looking back at the talks I attended, I'm honestly surprised at how much it's still affecting my work today. I remember seeing Fami's talk, seeing someone from my home region who was so visible in the industry. someone who just showed the world that, hey, we make games too. For a lot of us, just existing in this industry is kind of rough, but I'm thankful for Game Devs of Color for making this space where people get to find their communities, where devs today get to experience this magical feeling of meeting someone who kind of just understands you. A space where we don't have to justify our presence, where we get to just exist, create, and share. Today, game development is more approachable than ever, yet somehow still as difficult as ever. There's still so many barriers at every step of the way, but for today, let us celebrate the work that Game Devs of Color has done for this industry, along with the work that they'll continue to inspire each and every day.
Hi, I'm C. Bedford from Alamode Games, and I'd like to take a minute to talk about Game Devs of Color and the impact that they've had on the industry. They've certainly given me opportunity to reach a further audience and be able to get what I'm creating out there to more people to see what it is that I'm making. As creators, I think, there's nothing more that we want than to connect with other people out there in the world. And at the same time, as like a player or a gamer myself, there's nothing more that I want than to find like an exciting new world that is just unique and special and something I haven't, explored before. And I feel that is exactly what Game Devs of Color does, and they do it really well. They put in real conscious effort to find games that may be overlooked simply because of who's creating it and who's behind the desk putting it together. And it's a real shame because I believe there's so many players who are looking for those new experiences, and they do an excellent job, I think, of trying to bridge communities together to find, I don't know, just something to connect with, something more to connect with. I believe they are very deserving of this award, which I have the great pleasure of being part of presenting, which is the Industry Impact Award. They are very deserving of it. So congratulations, and thank you very much, Game Devs of Color, for all that you do.
Hi everybody, I'm Kat Small. I'm an independent game developer for over a decade, and I'm also the executive director of Game Devs of Color, Inc. And our mission is to amplify the creative power held by people of color in games. We are so honored to accept this award on behalf of our entire team. Now you can see the whole team here. The team is me, it's Brian Carr, Brian Chung, GJ Lee. We have so many other amazing folks that help us do our work. We have Alexia, Brittany, Danielle, Imperatrice, Hamna, Iman, Jace, Josh, Katiti, Crystal, Martin, Mylea, Sharpie, all of our partners and collaborators, just so many amazing people. And it really could not be done without every single one of those folks. So we are infinitely grateful, not just for this award, but also for every person who steps up to build the future together.
Our online conference, the Game Devs of Color Expo, started 10 years ago. Every September, we provide developers of color a platform to speak beyond token diversity 101 talks and share their expertise and best practices through panels, talks, and interviews. The event extends beyond our global audience into local events too. We threw 14 watch parties for this last expo, and they were really fun. You should go next year. We also provide a lot of other opportunities through our GDOC Expo Direct and our Steam sale, which reaches hundreds of thousands of people so that devs can show their games to so many more. Thank you so much for recognizing the effort we put in each year for building all of this.
In a world where hegemonic entities merely check off their diversity checklist in order to profit off of tokenism, only to later abandon the marginalized once it's no longer useful, we band together in solidarity, resilience, care, and celebration. We strive to be the most pro-developer community. That's why we don't charge dev fees, we don't use any unpaid volunteer labor, we pay all contributors, We make our content accessible online with captions. We provide scholarships for in-person opportunities, and we have awarded over $400,000 in no-strings grant funding to help promising game creators build sustainable businesses, forming or expanding their studios. Because we put developers first.
We invest back into the community and in the next generation of game creators. So thank you to the Indie Game Awards jury for the honor, and thank you all for the time and attention. Our call to action is for you to join together with us in solidarity. We fight to create a better games industry that is intersectional and equitable. So come visit us at gamedevsofcolor.org and see how you can take part in the movement of creating an industry where the underrepresented are included from the very beginning and not just an afterthought.
The second annual Indie Game Awards is officially in the books. Congratulations to all nominees and recipients, and a huge thank you to our unbelievable presenters who took the time to celebrate the scene with us.
Once again, to all our fellow showcases, journalists, content creators, institutes, organizations, and more who made tonight possible, thank you. And of course, to our sponsors for believing in the mission of the IGAs.
Finally, thank you all for watching and hopefully cheering along from the comfort of your homes. It hasn't been a good year. We faced countless layoffs and closures driven by corporate greed and the allure of AI, both in development and journalism. The outside world remains a nightmare fueled by war, genocide, and mass starvation. Here at home, families continue to be torn apart. Women's rights and freedom of choice remain at risk, and the safety and security of our queer, trans, and BIPOC communities are threatened every day. But you know what? Despite all the bad, we're here together tonight celebrating the good. Keep using your voice to make a positive impact. Don't be afraid to speak out against the real bad eggs who hold way too much power. Don't be afraid to show your support for Gaza and a free Palestine. Don't be afraid to be a loud ally for underrepresented cultures, communities, and people altogether. That voice of yours is what's going to bring out the good. Maybe one day it'll lead us to a future where a game delay is our biggest problem. Wouldn't that be nice?
Sure would. Slowly but surely, though, we'll get there. And if you're angry about anything that he just mentioned, politely read the room. The Indie Game Awards will return in 2026. In the meantime, explore the IGA's Steam event and celebrate the scene well beyond the credits rolling. Until next time, thank you, happy holidays, and keep supporting independent, human-crafted art.
All right, looks like it's the end. So I'm going to be ending the stream in a couple of seconds once this is over. Yeah, that was a good show. It's always good to catch up and to see what's going on in space. All right, yeah, I'm going to start a raid. Saito is on, so that's an easy choice. So let's begin the raid. Oh, he's playing WWE 2K25. Looks like it's going to be quite fun. So let's raid Saito. All right, yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. Have a great rest of the day or evening or good night. Yeah, depending on your time zone. Take care and see you soon. Thanks everyone and bye.